One of the projects that I'm presenting this afternoon is what we call as twin villages, wherein we have adopted a 100% saturation method to make villages in the district 100% financially insured. So we see it as an innovation in financial inclusion in our country, and this is how we have done it. Sir, the banking profile of the district is this: commercial bank branches. There are a lot of rural banks, and the main role is being played by primary agriculture cooperative banks as well as DCCBs. And more than 200 branches that we have in the district, it's like close to 70% of the branches are in rural and semi-urban areas. What we have done under Fin Villages is we have taken up the cause of saturation of social security schemes in Virudunagar district. The goal was this: to ensure 100% financial inclusion and financial security in rural areas. While financial inclusion has been achieved through banking network expansion, financial security and financial insurance still remains a distant dream. This is what we wanted to achieve. So along with financial inclusion, the idea was to ensure financial security and insurance also. The route that we adopted to achieve this is a bank village adoption method to create what we call as Fin Villages, 100% financially insured villages. The idea was that everybody in the society, everybody in a family or a family is, end of the day, financially insured, particularly in rural areas. Another reason why we have taken up this project is Virudunagar is a district in which majority of the population, the rough estimates say around 5 lakh people, depend on fireworks and matchbox industries. It is this district which has got the famous Sivakasi fireworks industry, and we at times hear of accidents at the workplaces while they're going to work, and even it in the work site. So the idea was to ensure financial security to such families if they face any such problem. Also, sir, though there are many good schemes for Jan Suraksha schemes, rural people have very limited awareness about the need and necessity and importance of insurance. So unless we go on a saturation mode, we thought we'll not be able to achieve this idea. These are the 3 PM Jan Suraksha schemes that are in vogue now. The Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, what we call as PMJJBY, where life insurance for individuals in the age group of 18 to 50, basically the productive age, at just a premium of 436 rupees, and they're eligible to receive an amount of rupees 2 lakh in any eventuality. Also, another scheme is Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana, wherein this is accidental insurance for individuals in the age group of 18 to 70 years, worth rupees 2 lakh at a very, very minimal premium of rupees 20 per annum. There is also Atal Pension Yojana, which is a pension scheme for individuals in the age group of 18 to 40 years. Though the premium is extremely less, JJBY and SBY combined put together, the premium per annum is only 456 rupees, on par with just 1 day wages. But the inclusion of people in rural areas has been very less. It is this problem that we try to address. And the strategies that we have adopted for the project is, strategy number 1 is bank village adoption. During our bankers meeting, we have come up with the idea of adoption of villages. Each bank has been given a set of villages in their service area, which they adopt and reach out to people, at least one member in each rural household, so that the family can be financially insured. Awareness has been created through street plates in almost all the villages to ensure that people know about the schemes in the first place. Also, financial literacy camps have been conducted in village work sites. Virudunagar also has a large participation in MGNRGS and self-help group women's, as well as I've said already, we have large number of factories here. So in each of this work site, financial literacy campaigns have been conducted, and the importance of the scheme has been explained. Also, sir, among college students, the idea is to ensure that these college students take the message forward back to the families and tell the families about the importance of these financial insurance schemes. So awareness has been created amongst college students. Another thing is regular interaction with bankers, interaction with bankers to ensure that they reach their targets has been conducted. The impact has been this: we have around 598 villages in the district. Initial phase, we took 54 villages. Next phase, we took another set of villages. All in all, 111 villages out of 598 villages in the district, that is close to 1/5 villages in the district, are already 100% insured. Other villages, we have reached a coverage of around 70 to 80%. But if you look at the 100% coverage, 111 villages have been achieved. In other words, in these 111 villages, at least one person in each family has been financially insured in one of the 3 schemes that we have mentioned. Also, awareness has been generated. A large, awareness has been generated among the rural people, particularly from the perspective of the importance of financial insurance. If you look at the numbers here, in the implementation period that we have done in the last 6 months, we have included a total of 1,90,544 newly eligible people under the insurance and pension schemes in these villages. This has been done in the last 6 months itself, after we have started this drive in these 111 villages. The impact was also seen in the way we perform in aspirational districts. Virudhunagar district is one of the aspirational districts. Thanks to the drive that we have undertaken in May month of this year, amongst all the 112 districts in the country, we have topped in the financial inclusion category thanks to this drive of Fin villages. A small success story here. The lady that we see here is one Mrs. Armugam. She was an MGNRGS worker, and her spouse was enrolled because of the awareness that we created at the MGNRGS site. Her spouse was enrolled in Jan Suraksha scheme, basically through Indian Overseas Bank. And on the unfortunate demise of her husband, she received an immediate amount in just less than a week's time of rupees 2 lakh insured through JJBY. And in fact, Mrs. Armugam has now become our brand ambassador, wherein she reaches out to every person in the village and has ensured that her village is already 100% financially insured, because she has taken the benefit of insuring under JJBY or SBY. So this is the initiative that we have taken. So this is one of the success stories. We have seen close to around 10 to 15 such people receiving benefits because, just they have insured, in one of these schemes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for this financial inclusion scheme. Very good. You have mentioned in your presentation that your district is an aspirational district.
Yes, sir.
On what parameters it is an aspirational district?
Sir, in the year 2018, sir, Government of India came up with this aspirational district program. They have selected at least 1 or 2 districts in each state, comparatively districts which were poor, sir.
Sure.
In Tamil Nadu, for example, we have 2 districts, Virudhunagar and Ramanathapuram. These are the two districts that we have. And Virudhunagar is one of the aspirational districts. And every month, we are being marked under these categories here, across 5 categories: health and nutrition, education, agri and water resources, how we perform month on month. And we are given rankings. And for better performance, we are given some cash incentive also, sir. For example, for getting first rank in this financial inclusion, we have received a cash amount of around 3 crore rupees from Niti Aayog, which we have used to build Anganwadis in the district, sir.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, you have mentioned in your presentation 3 schemes which are central government, and you have simply engaged or deputed banks to adopt some villages, and then innovative indeed.
Sorry, sir.
You have simply to adopt a village.
Sir, it is inaudible, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting me now?
Yes, sir. Audible now, sir.
Okay. You have asked to the banks to help you out to give insurance schemes to the villagers, which are central government schemes.
Yes, sir.
Am I right? So,
yes, sir.
So what is so innovative in it? Now the people they can also themselves take up these schemes through internet. Nowadays, the internet, these schemes are available, or you can go to your bank and can register for these schemes.
Sir, particularly in rural areas, sir, while the awareness has been there in urban areas, many people in rural areas were never aware of these 3 schemes, sir. Though the schemes were available, though the premium amounts are very less. In our surveys that we have done, when we started this project, we have seen villages where not even 10 to 20% people have been financially insured. While they had a bank account, they never had the insurance scheme, sir. They were never part of any insurance scheme. That's where we intervened, sir. It was not just through banks, district administration, bankers, and community-led awareness scheme that we created. The idea was you need to go beyond just a bank account. You need to ensure that your family is financially insured. There is some insurance scheme that protects your family in case of any eventuality. That's where, and the method we adopted was 100%, saturation method, sir. Because otherwise, if we just give a press release or ask people to become members, we have seen a huge reluctance on part of people. They say, what is advantage that I get? How should I join, or why should I join? People, that misinformation, or information asymmetry was still there. So that's where we intervened, and we adopted this method of village saturation, sir.
So could you take the help of Gram Panchayat as well?
Yes, sir. Bankers, because the idea was, because every bank will have a service area, so they were the front runners. Apart from bankers, the local panchayat, SHG groups, we have what we call as panchayat level federation, sir. It is amalgamation of all SHGs in that panchayat. It is these women, and there is one particular worker in the panchayat level federation who is designated as a financial inclusion correspondent. So she was also part of it. It was basically a joint effort by panchayats, bankers, and district administration.
Okay, good work. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. This is an exercise we did, what we titled as Bring Back to School. It was a community-led intervention to bring dropouts and potential dropouts back to school, sir. So we all know the importance of education. We are what today because of education. As Chesterton rightly said, it is simply the soul of a society as it passes from one generation to another generation. And everyone deserves to be in school and steady now. Sir, out-of-school children are generally defined as students below the age of 18 who do not attend the school for any reason. It could be whatever reason that they attribute it to, but they're out of school. So that's one category. And potential dropouts, sir, another category that we normally look at, who are missing the school for more than 15 days are considered as potential dropout. So we looked at both these angles, particularly in the backdrop of COVID impact disruption that has happened in the school education, particularly elementary school education levels. So we looked at school potential dropout as well as out of school children both. Sir, like many states, many districts in the country, due to pandemic conditions, there was a significant educational gap among the students, which has led to school dropouts. And we realized that this is a problem that needs to be addressed at. The most important, the objective was this, sir, to ensure that our school education department ensures 100% guarantee enrollment of pupils from standard 1 to standard 12, which is also one of the sustainable development goal, that all the children should be in the school. So that was the objective with which we started working, sir. I mean, while it appears to be a simple thing, but when we dug out the data, when we started looking at the data, we were amazed to see that, it's huge numbers, that we are, looking at. The challenge was to arrive at the number of children and to identify who these children are. We did it in two ways, sir. First and foremost, we used EMIS website data, Education Management Information System, that we have in the state government. All the students are tracked. It has got the database of all the students who would have come to the school and who are missing from the school for more than 15 days and beyond that. So once we find a child missing from school for more than 15 days, they come under our radar. We tag them under as missing child or out of school child, and they will be our target area. And so there is another, the EMIS also has a mobile app version where these missing children from the school are designated and tracked, or rather mapped to block level teachers. Each block has BRTs, block resource teachers across all the 11 blocks of the districts, who are given some panchayats as their nodal areas. So whichever child is missing, the details of the child are sent to the concerned person. So as a second exercise, what we did was we sent all the BRTs to the ground and we made an on-ground survey of the child, because sometimes what happens was data might be misleading. The child might be coming or would have been registered somewhere else, would have been in another school, but it would be seen as dropout somewhere else. So to remove out those double entries or false indications, we did an on-ground survey. So first thing is we took data from the website, online data that we have. We have done a ground truthing with the BRTS, where they went to each household and checked with each household whether the child is really in the school or out of school. Having done that, we have arrived at a number of children who are actually out of school. They are somewhere in their homes or somewhere else, parents not able to send them to school. And that's where we brought in a community-led intervention, sir, after identifying the final set of children who are actually out of school. Sir, potential dropouts and out-of-school children that we identified in Virudhunagar came to a hoping number of around 2,516 for various reasons, sir. Few of them child laborers, some of them studying in other states, studying in other districts, and most of them are dropouts. 35% of them are actual dropouts. They're in homes but are not coming to schools. So this is what we were trying to target after arriving at the number. Sir, the action plan that was done was this. We had a stakeholder department. We realized that only school education department cannot drive this exercise and get the results. It involves participation by everyone. It involves participation by community organizations, NGOs, revenue, police, because once we saw in the ground, when we went, we found all sorts of opposition, all sorts of questions, all sorts of problems in each household. Each household, each dropout told a different story. No two dropouts had the same story to tell. So we thought, unless we go as a team, unless we bring all resources, panchayat members, panchayat presidents, unless we bring all of them to the ground and convince the parents and convince the child, we will not be able to achieve results. That was the action plan, sir. As I already told, we had the action plan was driven by technology and ground surveillance. And the final thing was to have a multi-stakeholder department wherein we had a detailed meeting with all of them. And we designated every Saturday, Sunday as a campaign day. Because normally the problem in working days is the parents would leave home by 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Even if we go there, sometimes children would not be there. We will not be able to convince the children. We will not be able to convince their parents. So every Saturday, Sunday has been designated as a campaign day, bring back to school day. And we started doing it, sir. And as we can see, on day one itself, we started off as a pilot exercise in 3 blocks. I myself went to one of the villages where 7 children were dropouts, were not coming to schools. Most of them girl children, had no reasons to tell to come out of the school. They just said we are not interested, or they just said we do not want to come to school. So it took a lot of convincing on our part to go talk to the parents, assure them, and do a lot of things. On that day itself, we could bring, due to the multi-faceted efforts that we took, we were able to identify and bring back 224 children back to school on one day itself. So we were encouraged with the results. We were confident that we will be able to bring back these children, sir. Most of them were dropout children, sometimes untraceable. Most of them were even children from tribes. Some few of them were also in child labor. So in the village that I was mentioning, there were 7 potential dropouts, and all 7 were brought back after a good amount of cajoling and convincing, sir. In fact, to encourage them, when the next day when they came to school, we gave them new bags, books and all of that stuff to bring them back. And we have also followed up, sir. Each child that we have identified has been followed up for the next 1 month to ensure that they come back to school. And thanks to our continuous efforts, whoever have been brought back are back in school. So none of them have gone back to being out of school or potential dropout. And another thing that we have seen is, sir, 74 students, in another block, another 74 students. We can see here, this is actually one of the tehsildar, going to the field, giving bags and asking the children to come back. And in that 1 week time, we were able to bring back around 75 students. So one day around 100 to 200 students. In the whole week, we could bring back 75 children back to school. And on to the right top, sir, the lady talking to the mother there is a RDO, subdivision officer, subdivisional magistrate. So responsibility was given to all level of officers to own it up and go and bring back the children. Sir, where we stand today is in phase 1. We have brought around 1,259 children back into the schools here. Out of around 2,500 odd we have done. As we speak, even, just half an hour back, I was seeing my WhatsApp group of potential dropouts. I've seen another 5 children coming back into the fold. The easy, the lowest hanging fruits of 1,300 have been brought back. Others are being, others are in the process. Coming on Saturday and Sunday, we have another phase here where we are targeting another 700 students. So we are confident that by the end of this month, we'll be able to bring 90% of the children back into the school fold. But as we speak, we have around 1,300 children back into the school fold out of 205,000 that we have identified. That was the intervention that we have done.
Sir, good effort. But even this midday meal scheme is not have some attraction to them.
Sir, I think midday meal has lived its purpose here. People look beyond midday meal now. Most of them was more of a familial reason, sir. Sometimes father not being there, mother not able to convince, mother going to work, not able to focus on the child for the education purpose, lack of importance of education. Most of them invariably in the downtrodden sections of the society, low incomes. So unless we went to the field, there was no other way we would have attracted them, sir.
Definitely. When the government officers go there, and particularly if police is also there, then they will be compelled to mend their ways.
Yes.
In fact, it is very essential.
And as an incentive, we gave them books, we gave them, bags. I personally interacted with many such children, sir. So the idea was to bring them back and continue their education.
But there is a need for further continuity in the efforts. Otherwise, in the next academic session, they may again disappear. So there is a need to follow up intensively, at least for another 1 or 2 years.
We will do that.
So that permanency in their attendance is ensured.
We have plans to do that, sir. We'll do the same.
Very good, sir. Very good,
yes.
Sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, please.
Have you tried any other innovative methods to attract children? Because whatever you have mentioned is just general in nature. Like, for example, if we could provide them with some basic skills to do something which later on they may be able to use to earn their livelihood.
Sir, we have not focused on that part, sir, but one of the innovative methods that we are doing in my district is, sir, with many of the children who have come back to schools, I conduct a program called Coffee with Collector. I spend close to 1 to 2 hours myself with the children, understanding them and trying to educate them and bring back to schools. So that's one method that we are adopting, sir. We call it Coffee with Collector, where students get a chance to come and directly meet me and spend time with me and interact. Skills part, we have not focused here because we thought the idea was first to bring back them to school. First, they should come into the formal fold of education. And another thing, sir, that we have done is, which not just district administration is doing, the entire Tamil Nadu government is doing, is Illam Thedi Kalvi. It's called children are part of this campaign. So what happens is every day in the evening from 5:30 to 6:30, in every village, we have appointed volunteers who will work as tuition teachers for these students. Basically, it came out as an intervention for COVID learning gap. Now it is being strengthened across the district. So these children are also put in that Illam Thedi Kalvi. Basically, their teaching is not just like a classroom teaching. The teaching is through maps, some attractive learning equipments and all. So we have realized that when we put them in this evening classes, their ability to come back to school has increased further.
Right, definitely. This type of activities because the children don't want to read books.
Yes.
They want to play something. So playway methods work better than teaching. Once they create an interest in themselves, then they start studying.
Yes, absolutely.
Very good. Excellent.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sir.
Good afternoon again, sir. This project is what we call as a string of wells. This was a novel water conservation approach involving regeneration, recharge, and beautification of defunct and abandoned open wells in the district of Virudhunagar, sir. And we have named it as string of wells, loosely inspired by the word string of pearls. Sir, Virudhunagar is a semi-arid and rain-fed district in south-central Tamil Nadu. Traditionally, open wells have been the critical source of water for drinking as well as irrigation purposes here. When we did a ground survey, we have found around more than 900 wells in existence, of which close to 300 were identified to be defunct and neglected, with most of them the civil structure being collapsed, most of them being used as a garbage dump, even though there is some water inside. Then we realized that these critical sources, which were the source of civilizational sustenance in our villages, need to be regenerated. So that's the reason we have taken up rejuvenation of these villages, assuming that this will play a very critical role in rural water conservation and recharge in rural areas. So the methodology is this. The methodology is two-pronged. The first methodology is to recharge the well. The idea, it started by recognizing the well, identifying the well, most of which took little, a lot of hard work to find the well, because most of the wells were covered with the bushes, trees, lot of garbage around it. The first thing that we did was to clear that area. And second thing that we did was, most of the wells traditionally are situated in areas which attracts, the surface water to come to that area. The gravity flow of the water would ensure that a lot of water come and percolate there. We use this advantage to ensure that the wells are recharged again. The earth around the well is excavated for 1.2 to 1.5 meter width and to a depth of around 0.75 meters. Perforated horizontal and vertical pipes are laid around the well in 4 directions to collect the surface water and filtered into the well. And these pipes are closed by end caps and are covered with wire mesh to prevent the entry of dirt or other dust particles into the well. And finally, the filter media consists of the filter media, basically the bed that receives the water, consists of 40 mm metal, 20 mm metal, and sand, each 0.20 meters depth, leaving a freeboard of around 0.15 meters here. I'll show the pictures here. This is how it has been done. If you look at the structure there, that was the well, that was actually a well in a dilapidated and destroyed condition. We dug it based on the guidelines given in MGNRGS and using the methods of horizontal and vertical filter. So the area has been dug. And then these perforated pipes have been put in place to collect water from all directions. The caps are put, and even the caps basically to ensure that dirt and silt does not catch in the pipes. So this is work in progress. If you see, this was how it was. A well which had water, which had some water, but was surrounded completely by garbage. That's how we dug the well surrounding, filled it up with first with the pipes, then followed by filter media. Filter media is on to the right side. As you said, it consists of gravels of different thickness, followed by sand, and finally top layer of gravel to ensure that the water gets percolated. The traditional technique of recharge and water filtration, sir. This is how filter media has been fit. Sir, as I said, around 300 wells have been identified, and we took it in a phase wise. The funding comes from MGNRGS. MGNRGS has a beautiful, concept of nature and nature conservation and water conservation works that we can take up. A well recharge can be done at a cost of 65,000. We have just utilized that advantage of funding into our scheme. So we have done it in a convergence mode. In a phase 1, we have selected 163 wells, and works have been commenced in 116 of them across the district. 106 works have been already completed, sir. 10 are almost nearing completion. The idea was to finish all this 100 by the monsoon, because Tamil Nadu and Virudhunagar gets a lot of good northeast monsoon, and we could complete it in time. And we have seen most of the wells getting copious, water and recharge happening. Sir, the core concept of this project, apart from recharge, is beautification, sir, because many of the wells, what happens is they're just given some, civil structure, some, cementing structure, and then left. Over time, they're neglected. People don't, respect them. What we have done was the outer structure is also redesigned to give these wells an aesthetic appearance in various shapes, such as trains, cup and saucer, basket, boat, watermelon, basically to invite attention, create awareness towards water harvesting and recharging structures. Also, once we started doing the beautification work, we have seen a lot of community participation, involvement, and ownership. There were people who came and asked and said, we never knew that there was a well in existence here. And they realized that there is a well, very much in place in their own village. And as I said, so the expenditure is through convergence method, MGNRGS for the recharge structure, and District Mineral Foundation Trust Fund, which we have at our disposal at Collector to do the beautification process. So it's basically convergence of funds that led to this work. Sir, if you see the results, photographs, we will be able to appreciate better. If you see the top photograph, sir, if you see a man standing and a well almost completely dilapidated, not even seen properly. It was closed. And subsequently, that's how we dug it up, did the recharge structures, filled it with filter media, and the final beautification in the form of a Rain Express. The train is called as Rain Express. That's how we are done, sir. And it has changed the entire understanding of the villages, towards this structure. And this is one more structure, sir. If you see it to begin with on the left top, it was somewhere in the bushes, not even, seen and visible. And subsequently, changed into a beautiful gift box. This is another basket, sir. If you see on the left top, a very dilapidated stony structure with a lot of bush growth. totally neglected by people, subsequently changed into a nice basket with filtration. If you see, sir, many of these wells are located in areas which naturally attracts the gravity flow of water, surface water. So this is another one. Again, same dilapidated, neglected, but now converted into a beautiful structure of a well with perforated pipes to recharge the water. And this is another one, sir. This was very much in the habitation area. Many people came to us and told that our fathers used to say that there was a well. We never knew that there was a well, and when we converted into a watermelon with fork and spoon, we have seen many children coming and appreciating and understanding the importance of wells and water conservation in that area. And this one is another one, sir. This is situated in one of our own block offices, which receives copious rainfall. We have rainwater harvesting structures, but most of it, diverted elsewhere. After we did this beautification of this well under string of wells, we have seen a lot of water, coming from the rooftop directly coming into the wells, which is being used to the nearest, block nursery. The benefits that we have seen is, sir, a raise in groundwater level in that area. Recharge of defunct wells, channels utilizing the runoff water more effectively and more quickly, also because we have created a aquifer system there. Most importantly, we have created awareness to the people and the villages through beautification of wells. We have set a sort of an attraction to the children, students, as well as people in the villages. Water gets recharged during rainy season, sir, because as I said, it's a very dry area. Unless we have good water in the wells, our summers are very tough. So we are able to create good amount of water in these wells, to serve for a few more months to come. So that was the project, sir. Thank you.
Very good effort, sir. But I think the whole purpose is recharging the groundwater level.
Yes. Yes.
And I don't think it can be directly used for drinking purpose. No.
It cannot be directly used, sir. But
yes.
What happens is, sir, under Jal Jeevan, many of the villages are dependent on local water source to supply water, sir.
Sure.
So we are utilizing this, wells recharge to supply water, which we will again, filter or purify, sir.
Sure.
But at least a source is created, sir. Yes.
A source is created, and thereafter, since the groundwater has been recharged, then tap water can be is already there
Yes.
in the villages.
Yes.
Okay. I think it is a good effort.
Thank you, sir.
But you have created a great attraction for villagers also. Even they will be happy that some new thing they have discovered which was existing in the past during their forefathers' days.
That's what many people said, sir. Many people did not know that there was a well in the village itself in the first place.
Yes. And now they have been made safe also. Earlier, these were very unsafe.
Yes,
there was no protection wall there, no net, and these were very unsafe. In my village, there were 2-3 such wells, but now they have been closed, and all types of garbage have been put there, and now they don't even exist now.
True, sir.
Good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Highly innovative idea.
Thank you, sir.
To convert it into some rail express or melon or
yes.
If our district administrations or the state administration start working like this, then definitely our country will go miles ahead.
Thank you, sir.
I really thankful to you to show us this presentation.
Very good.
I will definitely remember it for a very long time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Very good way of presentation, and very to attract people to small things, and whosoever this idea is to convert it into this type of pictures and like a railway you have mentioned over.
Yes, sir. Sir, I gave 1 or 2 ideas to my engineers, sir. I got inspired from Chennai, where some people converted few private wells, but all credit to the engineers down the line who came up with the brilliant. Sir, this also showed me the power of creativity at our grassroots level. I mean, our engineers, at the block level are very talented. We have to just tap the talent.
Yes, yes.
Sure,
You
sure.
have done it. You have done it, and you really deserve uh, award.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Really
Thank you,
good.
sir.
Thank you very much. And thank you for these opportunities. Uh, the innovation made by the district administration in Balangi is on the sustainable water management and climate resilient livelihood. Just going into the detailed interventions, I just want to highlight the key features of the districts. Balangi is one of the most backward districts of the country out of 224 identified by the NITI Aayog recently. And the district has the 14 community development blocks, 317 Gram Panchayat, and about 1700 villages. And if we see the total population is around the 16 lakhs, where the about 40% represent the SC and ST communities and marginally section of this population. If we go through the brief climate vulnerabilities, roughly the district has almost 40 degrees Celsius of the temperatures. Around in November and January, it's about 30 degrees Celsius. So it is closely a hot climate, and the temperature is very high across the year. And on an average, the normal annual rainfall of the district is around 1,300 millimeters, which is just moderately below compared to the other districts of the state. The primary the issues that compel us to take some innovative interventions in the water management and the climate resilient livelihood activities is in every alternate year. So the district is facing the drought-like situation in every alternate year. We see the total the historical backgrounds from the last 30 years. It has faces around 18 times, or you can say that in every alternate years, the district face severe drought-like situation. Apart from that, the 75%, about you can say that the 75% of the about the 75% of the total agriculture areas is rainfed, and out of that 317 Gram Panchayat, 112 is identified as the groundwater stress regions. So we have made a detailed groundwater mapping with the support of the National Groundwater Board using the automatic groundwater recording systems. And we found that 112 GPs are extremely groundwater stress GPs are there. Then earlier the water intensive agriculture practices is predominantly used by the farmers. As a result of which almost 70% of the agriculture areas in the particularly Rabi season, you will see that for the surface and groundwater extraction is major challenge for the districts. Although these are happening, but thing is that there is no such dedicated institutions who can regulate and monitor and plan for the total water management prospect in the districts. And importantly, the negligible people participations. People think that the water is free, it is unlimited, and it is the people have no responsibility at all. As a result of which the participation somehow is neglected, has been neglected by the people itself due to lack of awareness, and we can say that the mindsets and attitude of the people. So what strategy you have adopted? First and foremost thing is we have established a district climate information resource center where we have tracked and collected the data, historical data of the various climate change parameters, both biophysical data as well as the socioeconomic data, to identify the areas where the groundwater level is very low by adopting a scientific process using installing the piezometer and the climate vulnerability data with the support of the Indian Institute of the Science and IIT Bhubaneswar. So these information has been the climate vulnerability data and climate modeling data has been incorporated in the climate information resource center. So whatever the plan with respect to the water harvesting sector, the conservations and also the utilization patterns will be scientifically planned at the district level. So it was you can say that it is a dedicated knowledge center for the scientific planning and monitoring. Second thing, the district has prepared a scientific water conservation plan with the support of the various technical agencies with GIS-based mapping, the climate change data. And most important thing is that on the Jal Jeevan missions, we try to integrate how the maximum people will have the pipe water supply, because the uncontrolled digging of the groundwater data, groundwater is one of the major challenges, because if we see out of the 14 blocks, 3 blocks are there where the extraction is around, go beyond the 70%. So the district administration try to incorporate or try to connect all the households to the private water supply. And as on date, in the last 1.5 years, we have already connected 35% of the particular rural area is under tap water supply, and almost 100% in the urban areas through the private connection. Then we have taken a massive water harvesting structures under various, by leveraging the fund under MGNRGS, PMKSY, the Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, and the state has own schemes, Odisha Integrated Climate Resilient Agriculture Project. So under various state government and central government scheme, we have taken the massive water harvesting structure so that the maximum surface water can be stored. Apart from that, we have streamlined the climate smart agriculture practices through convergence, where the various technical agencies like the Krishi Vigyan Kendra, the National Innovation Council for Agriculture Research has been contacted, and their technical expertise has been utilized to develop various climate smart agriculture practices. And all these funds has been provided under Odisha own fund, Integrated Climate Resilient Agriculture Fund. And most important thing is that we have invited, or we have involved the communities, particularly from the youths and women, particularly Nehru Yuva Kendra and the Women SKOCH and Farmer Producer Group has been actively invited their participations through various programs, and we can say the campaign. If we see what are the uniqueness of the program, we have a dedicated climate information resource center where the technical expertise has been mobilized from the various agencies. And it is the technical expertise has no cost, we can say that center, but the various department resources, mostly from the externally aided projects, say for example, even if it is World Bank, these technical expertise has been mobilized and their innovation has been incorporated in the Climate Information Resource Center. Apart from that, each and every village, particularly from the about 1700, in initial phase, you have taken the 100 villages, but the climate resilient plan can be developed through the VCMRC, Village Climate Resilient Committees, along with the mandatory climate groundwater recording station, where you can see the photographs that we have installed 100 piezometer at the initial phase of first phase, so that we'll have in every 6 hours, we'll get the groundwater data, so that it will be easier for us to where the regulation can be imposed, where the interventions can be planned, where based on the groundwater availabilities, we have control one end. Second end, we have tapped the surface water. And another thing is that uniqueness is that use of the waste saline bottles used in the most of the saline bottle hospitals, which are very safe conditions. We have converted in large space, about in past 1,200 hectares of forest land has been converted to the saline bottle-based drip irrigation systems with the support of the forest department, where the existing fund of the government has been utilized so that the maximum optimum level of water can be utilized with a very limited resources. We see, apart from that, rainwater harvesting system has been constructed across all ULBs. We have the 5 ULBs under the Mukta Yojana, that is Mukhya Mantri Karma Niyukti Yojana. It is as similar as the MGNRGS. It has the own, the state has the own wage employment program for the urban area. And massive scale 75 for Amrut Sarovar has been constructed across the district to a earmark for the 75 of Azadi Ka Amrut Mahotsav. And most important thing is that in MGNRGS, we have ensured the 88% of the NRM expenditures and 75% of agriculture and allied sectors, so that the maximum utilization of the resources can be aligned, and also the expenditures that has been incurred under MGNRGS to be maximally for the water conservations and the other natural resource management aspect. And all ULBs has also been provided with tap water connection, as already mentioned, so that the unnecessary digging of the tube well and borewell can be minimized to a large extent. And all the minor irrigation tanks that has been identified, all have been renovated through the convergence to the line department, so that the water holding capacity or the maximum irrigation potential can be enhanced to a larger extent. Apart from that, the rooftop rainwater harvesting has been constructed. The state has its own the 5Ps program or the school transformation programs. So all the high school has been brought under the rooftop rainwater harvesting, so that the maximum the schools will be self-sufficient in terms of the kitchen gardens and domestic use, particularly for use of the latrine and bathroom, so that this water can be used for that purpose, apart from the drinking water. So we are not incorporating the water harvesting structure of the drinking water purely for the domestic and other domestic purposes. And we have most important thing is that most of the fallow land, the coastal land, or you can say the wasteland, has been converted to the fodder field. So the sprinkler, with the support of the sprinkler and drip, because the uncontrolled grazing lead to the large scale of we can say that the bare resources and you can say the soil erosion. So we have converted in the initial phase of out of 14 blocks, we have piloted in 5 blocks, where the fallow land of 10 acre of area has been converted to the drought resilient variety of fodder with sprinkler and drip facilities. You can see here, and the climate resilient drumstick plantation. This is the first time in India where we have introduced the 400 hectares of drumstick plantation in the drought resilient varieties, so that the water wastage can be controlled. Apart from the nutritional supplements can be provided to particularly for the midday meal programs, as well as the nutrition program on the the ICDS program. So these 2 programs have been incorporated. Apart from that, the harvested drumstick has been supplied to the various SC/ST hostels, so that the entire value chain and marketing thing has been ensured, so that the maximum farmers can go for the you can say that drought resilient variety of drumstick plantation in the you can say that the wasteland. Apart from that, we see the broader outcome of the project, that more than you can see 1 lakh of households has been benefited under climate smart agriculture practices. Those who are actively involved in various, starting from the selection of the seed to the drip irrigations, apart from that irrigation scheduling. So we have in the first phase in 1.5 years, we have covered 1.5 lakhs, around 1 lakh of households under climate smart agriculture practices, and 500 of water harvesting newly constructed in various regions based on the GIS potential, and more than 10,000 community institutions, particularly the Pani Panchayat, the Women SSG, Farmer Producer Organization, and also Water User Group has been promoted under this initiative. And in the last 1.5 years, we have brought around 3,500 hectares area brought under plantation, but the saline bottle and PVC pipe have been used for the drip irrigation purposes. And 1.1 lakhs of households has been connected to pure water connection. And NRM expenditure is around 88% of MGNRGS. And most important thing is that the increase of the groundwater level, based on our historical data, we find that in last 1.5 years, the groundwater data has been increased to around 1.8 meter. So, and considering the precipitation rates and the potential of the geoprofile of the districts, the Central Groundwater Board and the Groundwater Division consider it a good rate of increase in the groundwater level. So these are the broadly the intervention that has been made under the water management and the climate smart livelihood aspect, so that the maximum people will get benefit and will utilize the ground, that means the both surface and groundwater effectively for their.
So sorry to interrupt you. You have another 1 minute.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sahu. Very good efforts. In fact, your situation is like that. There is an acute shortage of water, and temperature is also, as you have mentioned, that it is about 40 degrees.
Yes, sir.
So that has made your problem more worse.
Sir.
But anyhow, with these measures, definitely the groundwater level have gone up by 1 meter. It is a substantial achievement.
Sir.
Please keep up the good work. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, excellent work is being done. Very micro level planning has been undertaken, and in your presentation, the results are also visible. So I wish you all the best. Keep it up. These type of activities are really helpful to the needy people, because I know your state is water stressed, and the importance of water is very high over there. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, sir.
The administration. Thank you. So, good morning, good evening to all present here. And we have actually started a holistic personality development and life skills program for the girl students in the district, so that they have a complete learning experience out of the current curriculum, which is the school curriculum. So what we found out through research is that basically kids who speak confidently, are able to take up stages and come and talk in front of people, usually perform better because their confidence levels are high, their self-belief is high. So, and they also learn various other skills such as presentation skills, communication, critical thinking, etc. When they take up public speaking, etc. So we wanted to inculcate this in the current students in our district. So the district administration initiated a holistic personality development program for about 2,500 girls students in 11th standard in about 5 government girls high schools. And the program was basically conducted to improve their public speaking skills and also inculcate many other important skills which is necessary for them to take up after they pass out of the school. So the main goals which we wanted to achieve through this program was to have a comprehensive but short duration program so that. Yes. So the main goals were to develop a holistic program which is comprehensive and does not take up too much of time, because we obviously could not have a program which is running for a year long because the students have exams and other things coming up. So which would provide again a holistic development outside of the regular curriculum, help the students in building confidence and to help them come up on stage and give them a platform to exhibit their skills. And the third goal was to provide them guidance on the multiple avenues which is available for education and for career development, and enable them to take a right informed decision. The other goals were to inculcate professional skills such as resume writing, sales, marketing, oneself, how to manage group discussions, etc. And also obviously to improve their English reading, writing, and speaking comprehension. Because English as a medium is being widely used in employment, and as they grow older and they get out of school, it is very important for them to have a good grasp over the language. So we came up with 4 modules basically, which inculcates activity-based learning so that the students are engaged and it's not like a one-way interaction where the trainers train them and then they listen, but an interactive process where they use a lot of activities such as group discussions, just a minute, role-playing, block and tackle, etc. And we came up with 4 modules, which is holistic personality development, English skills training, mentorship and guidance, and career development and employability. So under holistic personality development, the main focus was given to mental health, wellness, public speaking, life skills, and logical reasoning. All of these were to inculcate a sense of confidence within them, within the students, and also for them to take up stage. So under mental health wellness, we wanted to cover how to manage stress, anxiety, as these students who are in 11th currently will go to 12th and then they have to attend their boards. So we wanted to give them a little exercises, activities, and make them understand as to how to deal with the fear of failure and anxiety and to manage stress in general. There was a module of public speaking wherein the children are encouraged to come on stage and talk about anything they like on the spot without preparation. And with under the logical reasoning module, there were case studies which were given to students who participate in groups to solve real-world case studies. For example, how to solve the problem of waste in a tourist place like Kutralam in Tenkasi, or any other real-life case studies, which also helps them learn team management and cooperation within the team. And obviously life skills such as your basic rights, basic financial literacy, what is the importance of savings, etc. Moving on to career development and employability, since the program was done for girl students, we wanted to help them understand the importance of education so that they can take necessary steps in preventing early marriages. And importance of education, what are the major possibilities which are available for them after finishing school. And similarly, making the right choice after school, by giving them enough information on the different types of courses which are available, different colleges which are available, different government schemes and aids which are available for them, so that it is very easy for them to make a decision with their parents. And also, obviously, understanding career. So what we wanted to do was to bring in women entrepreneurs, lawyers, doctors from within the district to give talks to the students so that they are inspired by the women from Tenkasi who achieve great things. To improve the English skills, what we wanted to tackle were the basics of everything and not too in-depth. So we wanted to tackle grammar, vocabulary and oration, and reading, writing comprehension. So this was done with the help of activities like Just a Minute, wherein a student is given a topic and then they have to talk on it for a minute. And also through multiple exercises and assessments, which help them build this skill. And obviously, since the project duration being about 3 to 4 months, we wanted it to have a good impact. That is why we wanted to include activity-based learning. And the final one we want to tackle was, even if the project is over after 3 months, we wanted the benefit of this project to be there for about 1 full academic year. So mentorship and guidance is provided to the students. A mentor is assigned to them so that the students, if they have any doubts regarding career or exams or how to manage stress, etc., they can reach out to them, reach out to their mentor and then get personalized guidance on the same. So coming to the innovative aspects, what we did was we made it a very district-specific curriculum in terms of how we wanted to take it forward. We wanted to focus on English and we wanted to focus on continuing education for girls. And we focused the project only to be girls instead of the whole school. So a whole school. And year-long guidance is again one of what we wanted to do as a measure. And talking about mental health and how to deal with stress is very important in such a stage right now. So that is why we wanted to get this done. And activity-based learning, because this improves engagement and retention of the student sessions, and also bringing in women entrepreneurs from within the district also inspired the girl students to take up more things. So the expected outcome out of this project is obviously to build a confidence within the students and to ensure that they have all the necessary skills which are required once they get out of school, and also mentorship and career guidance so that they can take a informed decision with regards to what can be done. So these are a few images which are taken from the class, wherein all the students are actively involved in the activities, and they take part and they're having a good time, which means that they are learning a lot. So that is all from my side. Thank you so much, sir.
Very good presentation. In fact, this mental health module which you have indicated is very critical. All through our life, we teach our children to give one flower every day, whether they have achieved what success. All the time we are focusing on success and success. 90% marks, 95% marks, 100%. Even failure has its positive thing in life. So very good that you have included this mental health and fear of failure as a part of training and life skills. In very good initiative. These soft skills go a long way beyond curriculum in building the personality of students. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
No specific question to ask. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, you are audible. You are audible.
Okay. Very good afternoon to all the jury members, esteemed panel members, and my co-participants. It's again a distinguished privilege for me to be having this opportunity one more time to be presenting before you about this project, which is very dear to our heart. and I'll explain it why. And then it was in year 2020 also I got the opportunity to present one of other project of ours, which was automated logistic management system, which was implemented at one of our flagship mines, and which was very much appreciated, and it bagged also the award in the silver category. Thank you very much for that. And this year, it's again a privilege to be presenting before you about this project, Customer Integrated Management Service. That's just a brief overview about me and the organization. I'm P.K. Biswal, General Manager IT at Odisha Mining Corporation. We are deep into mining, one of the biggest state PSU in mining sector, having around 17,000 crore of revenue generation last year. And this year it is projected to be around 25,000 crore of revenue generation. So to be having this kind of scale and magnitude, and to be successfully be able to sustain that, we need certainly some kind of transformational initiative to support our continuous growth and value creation. So regarding this project, it's about a fascinating journey which started in 2020 with an ambitious objective of totally transforming our the way we carry out our sales process, and also with an objective to offer an totally different kind of user experience to our buyers. So in 2017, if I will bring back to 2017, we were operating at around less than 4,000 crore of revenue. So after that, we actually envisaged a kind of a growth trajectory, which this last year culminated in 17,000 crore, and next year it will be 25,000 crore. So to sustain that kind of growth and scale upgradation, we had to do something about and totally transform our sales process. So it may certainly a question arise. So it might be some kind of a typical CRM kind of an operation, but in our environment in which we operated, it was all about creating a different ecosystem. The ecosystem involved not only our own operation, but also our operation of our esteemed buyers, who are actually institutional buyers, big scale operators like plant and beneficiaries, and then traders, big scale traders. So all those people, and then government regulatory authorities, financial institutions, quality operators. So all these external stakeholders had to be in the ecosystem to be operating along with us. So that.
Sir, sorry to interrupt you. Your slides are not moving, sir.
Yeah, I have not changed only.
Sir, because like you have like 12 minutes now, so that's why, sir.
Yes. Okay. Is it now changed?
Yes, sir. Now it's changed.
Yeah. So that kind of with that kind of a background, we started to actually architecting one solution which will bring all these stakeholders on board, and then we'll be able to seamlessly operate from the customer onboarding to the final invoice, automatic invoice creation. So that was our objective. So in fact, we surprised ourselves with the end result what we achieved, and the complete transformation happened with a lot of value addition and the kind of impact which actually brought, which was really surprising. And then I will just cover that in the subsequent slides. So
sir,
that was the background.
Sir, you have already taken 5 minutes.
Yes.
Because you have got only 10 minutes to complete.
Is it? Okay, fine. So, with this initiative actually earned a lot of accolades, and then praises on government circle. It is also part of one of the 5T initiatives, which was inaugurated by our Chief Minister. Then this solution overview, as I explained, it was to bring a different customer experience, order processing and fulfillment, self-cycle management, refund, grievance, reporting and analytics, and also one of the major aspect, which is quality management, on automatic process of quality management, and bringing that into sales operation in the process of creating automatic invoicing. the challenges before were many. So everything was operating in silos. Mines were operating, having their own operation, offline operations, offline transactions, and then those were to be collaborated. Those are to be collated for the final outcome, which was very much tedious and time consuming. And the end result was also not very encouraging. So we could not have achieved this kind of success or growth with the earlier kind of operation. So to overcome these challenges and then to find a solution, we actually implemented this solution, which the impact was, as I was telling you, it was immense. It reduced turnaround time, accessibility for data reports, real-time monitoring, reduced physical touch points, integrated online payment gateway. So one of the major achievement was, any kind of a transactions with any contact or one seller creation, it's about crores. A single transaction is about crores. So we integrated the online payment gateways with this application, and then each transaction consists of huge amount. So we adopted some innovative practices along with the financial institutions involved, and then each payment realizations happened in T+0. So traditionally it happens in T+2 or T+1. So, but with this initiative, we achieved T+0 kind of payment realization, which created a lot of value for not only for us but for our customers, thereby reducing their working capital management, and ultimately that working capital was powered back into our sales, and then it contributed to our growth. The benefits, as we said, and then because of this integrated platform, multiple platforms are integrated into these systems. Not only our ERP, but as I was telling you, the regulatory platform like I3MS, the auction platform like MSTS, then other like with payment gateway banks and payment gateways. So all these different disparate platforms are integrated to build this ecosystem. These are the main components: customer onboarding, contract and order processing, grievance redressal systems, refund. As I was telling you, sir, the refund process actually was completely manual. This actually brought a lot of joy and happiness for our customers and buyers, because these refunds which were actually held up due to many issues, because lack of information, lack of data. So all this became transparent and then visible on the platform. Thereby, they are able to be processed online with the workflow, and these refunds they now get very quickly, and then that turnaround time become very less. So that helped them to reduce their refund time, and then they will be able to manage their working capital in a better manner. So this is the complete. This slide tells about all the major components and how are they integrated. So from the sales cycle started from the customer onboarding, and it culminates into on the invoice creation. All this becomes successful because of a seamless integration of our regulatory platform like I3MS. This application belongs to state level administrative platform, our ERP system, and centralized auction platform of MSTC, and then banking and financial institution through payment gateways. So this is about the entire platform. This is some screenshot about the application, about the dynamic dashboards, and all the real-time data that are available now on the fingertips. So that is how able to judicious and informed decisions are being taken by our management, depending on the real-time data availability of the sales. So planning becomes easier and very effective. So this is about the grievance handling. So this again a major value addition, because a lot of grievances were lost in the melee, and they're not able to be acted upon due to the lack of visibility, lack of actionable information. So though everything in this platform now, so each and every grievance is being handled in a very time-bound manner. So thereby giving a lot of satisfaction and ease of doing business for our customers and buyers. This I told you. This is right from the start. Go the onboarding to the contract creation, then the sale order, contract-based sale order, then sale order-based DOs, DOs-based take and dispatch. So because the logistic management system also is integrated to this platform, so we are able to, against each order, how much dispatch is being happening, that also is being kept track of. And then accordingly, the just-in-time management of inventory also is being able to be managed very adeptly. So that also is giving us a lot of impetus in handling our inventory at site, and also be able to be cater to the needs of the customer in a timely and effective manner. This is about refund. This was a major value addition, as I was telling you, sir, because this was a major pain points for our buyers. Because when it was happening, it was handled manually. They refund against a contract, that against a particular contractor sale order, to track that was also, it was a huge issue. But now we are able to seamlessly handle each contract or each sale order based refund very effectively, so that they are not only happening transparently with a time bound manner, but also without any flaws or error, so that it is bringing a lot of accountability and then easiness into the system. This is regarding the technical structure. Thank you very much. So this is all about, I wanted to tell about this application, which actually completely transformed our sales process, and many improvements are also planned in the near future, which we will take up subsequently, which we further believe that will bring a further value to our process. Thank you.
Sir, Biswal sir, very good presentation, but I could not understand what is your functions, whether you are mining yourself or you are allotting mines to other operators who are mining and carrying out operation. Who is doing actual mining?
No, sir. Actually, we engage contractors for the actual mining on the field, but the sales operation belongs to us. We carry out the sales ourselves. Contractor only raises the minerals and then delivers to us. We keep it in our stockyard, manage the inventory, and then dispatch it to our buyers through transporters. So that operation is directly handled by us, whereas the real mining or the raising of the ores are being subcontracted to the different contractors at the different mines.
Means your organization is responsible for entire mining operation, whether you do it yourself or through contractor, that is a separate issue.
So we are responsible and accountable for all the mining as well as sales operation.
The mining leases are in our name.
Okay,
we are the principal employer. Okay, everything. Only thing is like other companies are doing, we are outsourcing the operations, sales and all other functions like finance, everything we have. Only the operations part is subcontracted.
That is fine, because subcontracting the mining operations can bring more volume of mining.
Sir. Right, sir. Sir, we are having MDO model, mining developer and operator. We have engaged big contractors, reputed like Pan India. So whatever all the units mines we have.
These are long-term contracts, sir. These are long-term contracts, and then these due to this nature of these contracts, they are able to also invest in their other infrastructure building and all that, and they become the partner. They raise the ore for us, deliver to us, and then subsequently we take it on our own for the sales, logistic, dispatch, and then rest of the things. And the regulatory aspects is taken care of by us, and then accountability and responsibility also lies with us for the orderly manner of mining operation as well as dispatch.
What are your major minerals, sir?
We mine iron ore, bauxite, chrome ore, and some manganese leases are also there, but they are not operative right now. And but major operations are done with iron ore, chrome ore, and bauxite, and also we do chrome beneficiation.
Okay, one of the efficiency parameter in your sector is reducing turnaround time. How did you achieve that?
Sir, as I was telling you, the entire operation starts from the customer onboarding. Right, sir. And then the next step is contract. See, we are very typically, you are in a PSU environment. So the price discovery mechanism also is very typical to us. So we do it through e-auction. So that is done through an auction platform. So online basis auction platform, the price discovery is done. So after the price discovery is done, that price is actually, with that price, we again create contracts. Then we, based on those contracts, so we have different category of customers, like long-term linkage type customers. Then, auctions, the buyers which are actually come through e-auction route. And there are also premium category customers. So basically these three types of customers we deal with. So LTL customers are the state-based plant units. So government of Odisha actually entered into agreement with those units to supply them their required minerals through Odisha Mining Corporation. As Odisha Mining Corporation is a state-based PSU. So,
Sir, can I answer to your questions? Like if you are asking about this SIMs, particularly for customers turnaround time, you will find everything was on paper earlier. Now everything has been online, from starting from onboarding of the customers to the refund of their money and they buying the material. Everything, so dramatically your turnaround time has reduced. If you are asking about the dispatch system, like Bishal Babu told earlier, last year, sir, we had presented our supply chain management project, okay, which is under logistics management system. There, the truck turnaround time has also drastically reduced. I remember exactly around 35 to 40%. So the trucks which are taking a long time. So we have, in addition to your infrastructure, like this robotic process automation, we have our manless web bridges. Okay. So IoT, everything we have done. That has helped a lot in physical truck movement turnaround time reduction.
Thank you, please. Got it. Thank you, please.
So just it takes a few seconds, sir, of yours valuable time. So just talking about this reduced turnaround time, as I was telling you, the auction data, it used to come on offline basis through mail and everything. After that, we received again, based on that, we take offline action to again make that pricing into contracts and all that. Since the auction platform is integrated to SIMS, now that seamlessly the data flows to the platform. So automatically when that price setting is also done automatically through schedule in the platform. Through that price setting, contracts are also created accordingly automatically. So all this contributes to the reduction of the turnaround time.
Sir, we got whatever you are saying. So just tell me, are you in profit or you are in loss?
Last year we have made around 3,000 crores profit. Last year it was 1,500 crores profit. So we are, hugely profitable, and on a big trajectory. You will be reaching 50 million ton. We are now the 5th largest iron ore producer in India, and our target is to be like in the top 3 by next 2 years.
So you are already in profit, and you are now trying to streamline your accounting system.
Not accounting, like everything, right? Digital transformation, like we have 5-year strategy. We have not shown in the slide. Okay, so most of our operations, supply chain, sales, procurement, finance, everything we are automating. Wherever possible, the digital intervention is being done. So even CSR.
So this system is not only about the accounting; it is actually creating an ecosystem involving all the external stakeholders and internal stakeholders, such that seamless operation takes place through digital process, and hardly any manual intervention or manual subjective kind of.
I got it, sir. And what about this grievance system you are mentioning? Is the grievance filed by the customers, your customers?
Yes, sir. Customers.
Okay.
Earlier they used to telephone or they used to write letters.
Okay.
And then
like for example, somebody has some delay, like he was explaining, delay in refund, or somebody has some volume issue, quality issue. And so we have provided a platform there. So they will be logging it through the system, and our people will check it, take actions, and it will be intimated back to the customers. So all, database we are maintaining.
Okay, so the report which I was saying is, so your customers can see their grievance and the grievance of everybody else as well. Because in your slide, it seems like you can see everybody's grievance.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir, when the customer, only customer through their logins only, they will be able to lodge their grievance, and their dashboard, they will only be able to see there the status of their redressal of their grievance.
Okay, I got it. Thank you very much.